Good morning, everyone. Ho ho, not morning where you're at? That's okay, because you can have eggs for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Welcome to episode 64 of Three Eggs Are Better Than One. I am Brad Stanton, along with fellow eggs Matt M. and Brian Haremza. We hope you enjoyed everything from last week. We did another Mount Rushmore of goats. We really convoluted topic, but it ended up working out in the end, didn't it? So we appreciate all the feedback, a lot of great views this week, a lot of great comments. We really do appreciate it. If it is your first time listening to the show, we do something called Sunny Side Up. It is our good news of the week. So, who do I have here? Matt, what's your good news?
First of all, it doesn't say my name first on the outline.
Oh my gosh, I was looking at the third topic.
I would love to go first. I'd love to go.
Ah, Matt, Brian, I'm sorry.
This is a true smattering that you're about to witness here.
Hmm.
First of all, have we properly acknowledged Bryant's recent beard game? I mean, look at that. Look at that winter glory we've got going on there. So, applause to that. Now, last week's category, as you said, was Mount Rushmore goats, which I lovingly titled Mountain Goats. Do you know what movie I took my son to go see a few days later? Goat. All caps. Definitely meaning greatest of all time is a kids animated movie about like a basketball team. Wasn't really basketball, but a basketball team. And the main character was a goat. And it was like his lifelong dream to you guys don't even know about this movie.
No,
No,
I'm not. I'm
no
not.
idea.
It's a movie I will never see.
You won't
Yeah.
see it. So you probably have seen the Spider-Verse movies, the Spider-Man Spider-Verse movies. You know what I'm talking about?
I've
Um,
seen a little bit of one.
Yeah.
so they've got that that's got that like different style of animation, which I kind of describe it as like they're like paintings that are moving around. It's a cool animation. This is the same like studio that made this goat film, so it was that same style of animation. So really kind of
Hmm.
cool. But I mean, how perfect it was goat, right? We're just beating it to death.
It's what we do.
Next, I want to talk about Devin. He participated in our Mountain Goat project last week, and I wanted to share some of his contributions. For snacks, he said combos, which what a wonderful. Well, don't shake your head. No, combos are underrated amazingness. Brad, what do
No,
you think?
they're awful.
I think they're good. I try to really stay away from combos. They're not the best thing for you, but if I have to, I'll have one.
All
There it
right,
is.
okay. He said Jerry Seinfeld. He said TV host. I mean, maybe he means stand up or lead in a TV show. Who's not many people are going to argue with Jerry Seinfeld being a goat. Woodstock, the original Woodstock, being the goat concert. That's a tough one to argue.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I could give a damn about this, but Gordon Ramsay for like I don't know TV chef
Yeah, what was that about?
gives a shit about that. PlayStation 2, goat system. That's
Hmm.
gonna receive a lot of votes, I think.
That would be, yes. I could agree
First
with that.
first place votes. One more thing about Devin. So sometimes my son, he's got a tablet and he'll watch YouTube, and sometimes he'll come across clips of our show. Not like the whole episode, but we put out short clips of some of the moments, and my son will watch them. And a couple of days ago, if you guys recall, I missed an episode, and you guys did a short little hello, welcome back with Devin. It was a couple minutes just to fill the time.
Hmm.
And my son was scrolling YouTube and he saw the thumbnail for that clip or that episode. And it was Bryant, it was Brad, and it was Devin. And my son looked at me with horror on his face, like, and he didn't say it, but I knew he was thinking, they have replaced you. And I had to reassure him we were on vacation. What you remember? We were on vacation, and this is what they did. Okay. Now I wanted to stay. I didn't want to be a current events show, and I don't want to be expired eggs all the time. But I mean, how do I not mention Robert Duvall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
95 years young. I mean, the man was on an episode of The Twilight Zone in 1963.
Hmm.
And of course, beloved movies like the Godfather movies, Apocalypse Now, a ton of cowboy movies, great stuff. Deep Impact. How about that one?
Mhm. A lot of good movies.
Yeah.
Been the bad guy a couple times too.
It has.
Can do it all.
Yeah.
Hmm. Really
Have to
creepy
mention,
movie that is underrated, The Apostle. I tell you what, I did not like him in that at all, but that's the whole point.
I did
Heel,
not see
That's
that
true.
one.
a
Yeah.
heel, a big heel.
Of course, we have to mention civil rights activist, the Reverend Jesse Jackson. And how about just a couple days ago, actor Eric Dane, McSteamy
Yeah,
from Grey's
Mhm.
Anatomy. I mean, young man, this is terrible.
53 years old.
53, only a year after being diagnosed with ALS. Not an A-list guy, but he's been around forever. He's done a million things. He was in X-Men movies. He's in the actively in Euphoria, which is a hit HBO
Yep.
series. And he was on one episode of Roseanne, egg favorite.
It is an egg
Who
favorite.
knew?
Did he date Jackie?
Probably.
Probably did. Yeah.
Probably. Coming 2028, the eggs watch every episode of Roseanne, week by week.
Oh boy.
All right, I tried to speed through that.
That's it?
Yeah, but that's it. You want me to
No,
keep
So
all
going?
first
right.
off, I want to give an apology. I cannot get my lighting right. I'm going to tell you guys this for next week. I'm going to work on this. I'm going to work on putting the lighting in the right areas because I can't stand to look at the glare of my glasses. And I've been adjusting while Matt's been going off on some great tangents, some great information. And here I am looking like a circus freak because I can't seem to get it right. So I apologize. I'm going to try to get it right. It's just downstairs. I never had these problems with the kickout crew, Bryant. Never had these
No,
problems.
never.
All of a sudden, I can't stop having these problems. So I don't know what's happening. I got to figure it out. My sunny side up is not so sunny side up either, but it is. We're heading towards Easter, and that is Lent. And for Lent, I did it last year, and I'm doing it this year. Giving up alcohol, all dry for Lent. Last year, I felt really, really good during Lent, and I started feeling better like every day. I have like more energy, and I was eating better. And I'm going to do that again. We're about 5 days in as we record this, and I feel good so far. But I. I need to be better throughout the year. You get lazy with the eating. We go start eating out a little more, and then with the holiday season, there's always drinks aplenty. Um, would like to mention to give an update. We did go to the distillery, the stateside distillery. So first off, is what I say that the parking was atrocious. We are in the city, and at the time there was still a lot of snow down there. I don't know if you guys know this. We're getting a storm now, but pretty much all the snow is gone now until this moment. But we had a lot of snow down there, so it's a lot harder to park in parallel park when there's big mounds of snow everywhere. Found a space, got in there, and what it was you buy your own drink when you get there, which of course is fine, but at least they're only $6 a piece. It is completely vodka there. They have stateside vodka, and then they have the cans of the Surfside and the statesides. And then we had a tour. At the end of the tour, we did a free shot. I did basil, and then I got a blue cheese martini. So it was interesting. I wouldn't say it wasn't like just so blue cheese or anything like that,
Once
but
or
it was
twice a year maximum.
but it was good. It was good. And then on the way home, Sue said she found a big deal on the way home for Surfsides and Statesides. So she ordered what she called a case of Statesides and a case of Surfsides, where she said they were 96 cans for $110. I said, "Are you sure that's what it is?" She says, "Yes." I'm like, "That's a little over $1 a Surfside Stateside." Now, I don't know if you've heard the story of the $70 drinks. And
Hmm.
she said, "No, it is." So they come to the house, and I'm not drinking now, which is great. So they're just sitting here laughing at me. But there's
Of
not
course.
96 of them. There's 24 of them because Sue doesn't realize what a case is. A case is 24. There's
24.
still an okay
24, yeah.
deal of a few dollars a piece.
So you got like 48 for 100?
48 for $110.
Yeah.
So that's less than
That's
$3 a
Yeah.
can.
yeah.
Well, if you were at a Benson Boone concert, you would have had less than three.
Yeah.
No, three plus, right?
But I did tell the story to my tour guide
This
about
is
the
what I want to
$70.
hear. This is why we're
Yes,
here.
that's what we're looking
So
for.
I said, "Sir, I appreciate the drinks. This was a nice tour. It's nice that these guys started in their parents' basement, but I do have a negative story." And he said, "And what is that?" I said, "I went to a Benson Boone concert." Now, you're probably wondering why I would go to something like that as a 50-year-old man, but my wife wanted to go and I did. So I was so stressed out from the event that I went up and ordered two double surf sides. And the woman said to me, $70. And he said, "What? What?" I wish he said that. He looked at me like, "Yeah, of course it is," because you went to a stadium and had, or a arena.
Going to arena.
But overall, good experience, and we'll definitely go back. Was sick for those 4 days, though, by the way, and we did
What?
miss Beauty. We missed Beauty and the Beast because I
Ah,
gave it to my wife, and she got sick as well. So we did not see Beauty and the Beast. But the Academy of Music in Philadelphia gives you what's called, well, they give you a gift card. So I can actually use that in the future. It's a shame
Store
we don't get to
credit.
see. Yep. It's a shame we don't get to see Beauty and the Beast, but they have a lot of Broadway shows there that comes.
Good.
We'll at least get it back. So
Nice.
That I was going to ask because, we're concerned about where the funds go in and out. So,
yeah,
Mm,
that was not a cheap ticket to say
yeah.
the least. So
could
No, no,
imagine. Yeah.
store credit's good.
store credit is good. So Sunny side up.
Yeah. I mean, to me,
Sure.
yes.
All right, Brian.
Absolutely.
Sorry, out of order.
We have an order. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
We follow these outlines to a T.
Once
So
upon a time.
I will
Once
forgive
upon
you
a
this
time,
one
we
time.
actually recorded the same day every week. Remember that?
No. Yeah.
Oh.
So peek behind the curtain. I've delayed the show this time. It's not Matt's fault. I was at. We'll still blame Matt a little bit. He's flying in. So Sunny set up. Had the state wrestling tournament. Just getting home from that. I mean, I got home like 2 hours ago. So and now we're here. So that just shows my commitment to you guys at home as well and my fellow eggs. Great time out there until this little thing. We're out there, and all of a sudden it's, hey guys, there's a snowstorm coming. How bad can that be? Psh, it's a snowstorm. It's Nebraska. We don't care. Snowstorm. By about 8:30 at night, the tournament's getting down, winding down, and our director's like, hey, just so you know, pretty bad outside. And we're like, how bad can it be? By about 9:30, when we finally got out of the arena, you can't see the road. You can't see across the street. You can't see anything. That blizzard hit and hit hard. The area we were in got about 9 inches of snow. And then on top of that, you have the wind blowing. I think they recorded gusts up to 65 miles an hour is what they reported as well.
Boo!
Yeah, I know. And crazy guy here decided, I'll still drive back to the hotel. I don't care. It's only, a 10-mile drive. Not that bad, right? Plus driving through the city where, naturally they don't plow the city streets right away because why would we do that? So sunny side up is I didn't die in a blizzard because at one point I'm driving down a road that I've driven down many times. I know exactly where it is. Car to my left, two cars to my right. My passenger, I look at him and I go, want to know something funny? He's like, sure. And I go, this is a 2-lane road. We're 4 wide. And he panicked immediately.
Pretty good.
So, didn't die in the blizzard. It is now in the Northeast, so it is now Brad and Matt's problem, thankfully for me. But still cold, still got some snow on the ground. But sunny side up, great weekend, great wrestling. Got to reconnect with a lot of people that I don't really get to see that often, and ate a ton of wings.
Was going to ask about the wings.
Every night?
Every night, of course.
Different places?
We ended up doubling up towards the end. But that naturally happens. So, but 8 different wings every night. That was the plan. And then towards the end, we just kind of like gave up because after the blizzard hit, we're like, all right, what's the closest place to us? We're just going to that one. So,
yeah, the blizzard is upon us here. I think I'm really just in the top of the first inning of mine. Brad's maybe in the top of the second.
That's it. Yeah.
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 It's
but
a
you
fun
know what?
time.
We're still delivering an episode.
The good news is on this one is this snow won't be here for a month.
No,
That's true.
right.
This
The
last storm that
temperature,
we had,
right.
it was here for a month, and that's because it was cold as hell every
You
day.
had the ice. You had the ice too.
Yes,
though.
and it would not go away.
Iced. Yeah,
This is going to be gone by next weekend because next week is going to be like 50. So
yeah, no,
exactly.
Last big storm, it was 20 degrees for a week. We got 30s and 40s coming up next. So
Yeah.
we'll be all right.
Yeah, so
We're
you'll
gonna
get
be
out
all
of
right.
it quickly.
Yeah,
so.
we're going to get out of it. Just get through this night.
Yes, that's the big
Oh,
piece.
that's the weather with the eggs.
Yes.
That brings us to hard boiled. And I don't know why I thought the Surfsides was a hard boiled situation. I wrote it down here, but I talked about it during the Sunny setup. So this is going to be a little bit shorter. Um, and I want to talk about something that happened a couple weeks ago. I went to a Monte Carlo night for my church, which is you gamble. Like they set up the different the stations. You have blackjack, you have poker, you have craps, and we play. But it was an hors d'oeuvre only and a couple food station only event, and the food stations were subpar to say the least. So you're kind of waiting for the hors d'oeuvres. So there's this table that is right by the kitchen, right? And I'm the next table. And as soon as the waiters and waitresses come out of the kitchen, they go right to this same table every time.
Warm.
What?
It's warm.
What's warm?
Swarm.
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 Swarm. Okay. Oh, yeah. I'm going to continue. So anyway, and all of a sudden, big smiles for everyone, right? Big smiles because here's the food. And then they get around the table and all the freaking hors d'oeuvres are gone. And I'm like, what the hell kind of bullshit is that? So I'm like, all right, well, let's see what happens next time. Same thing. Same thing. I'm like, don't you guys have to get up and play a few games? I'm hungry. I got here a few minutes late. I'm ready to eat. So then they come again, and it's a third, and I haven't had anything to eat yet. And I said, "Excuse me," and I yell across the room. I said, "How about we start at the other side of the room this time? I'm sure all these people are full." Now I know every one of these people. Okay, so this isn't like they're not surprised at all. So from that point forward, they said maybe you should go to him first, and they're like mouthing it, like, but you know what I mean? Like another true Larry David moment that like well, first off you got to spread it around. We all pay the same ridiculous amount of money to be at this thing that didn't include free drinks. So I mean I would like to have some of the hors d'oeuvres before I spend some money on the craps table and every other table that we had there. So a little irritated with the waiting staff. Let's mix it up. Let's mix it up. Let's go to the other
Yeah.
side of the room. How about two people come out at once? One
Yeah, I
side of the
blame,
room, the other side of the room.
when in scenarios like that, I blame management. I don't blame the individuals.
Okay.
Blame management.
Well, I
It's
blame
poorly,
who's ever in front of me.
it's poorly managed.
I actually blame the people eating. How about and then they say they figured it out. Yeah,
No,
maybe
no,
go talk
you
to.
got to go to the source of the problem.
Oh, I got plenty after that. Let's just say that.
Yeah, we know.
All right. This is just one other thing. This is more of an observation, but it's really annoys me. There was a truck parked across the street from me about 3 days ago, and it said poop removal business. And it was like a truck that, so this guy goes to people's houses and just picks up the dog shit in their yard. How freaking lazy can you possibly be? And the guy, by the way, the guy sat in that truck. And again, there's a lot of snow around, and we have people parked on the street. It's hard to drive on the road, and he's parked right directly across from me. The garbage man backed up and decided not to pick up my trash because he couldn't get through because of this truck and this truck, none of which had anything to do with me. And he's just parked there doing nothing. But what a ridiculous job! I cannot believe this guy is making a living doing this,
I was
just
about to say
picking up dog shit.
and he's making huge money probably
No,
because there's probably somebody out there. He's got return clientele consistently with
see,
that probably.
my first thought was this is a boutique business that isn't going to last.
I'm telling you right now, I would do this for the right money.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm saying if he's got enough to get a truck going with a logo on the side, that guy's got money.
You-
That
What are you
guy's got
spending?
clientele.
You shit
Five,
on
ten
the
minutes in each yard? 5, 10 minutes in a yard? I don't know
Maybe.
where all the shit goes. Where
You
where
sh-
does the shit go?
I was okay. I have two things to say. Number one was you shit on the poop business only to say you would do it. And my second question was, what is he doing with the poop?
Yeah, but I mean, I shit on the laziness of the people. I guess I'm not as mad at him, even though he was sitting in his truck for a long time. The laziness of people that this is what we come to. Getting your grass cut, landscaping, stuff like that. Okay, that's time consuming. This is not time consuming. This is laziness on your part because you're not picking it up as you go. I don't know.
That guy knows exactly where to sit on Monte Carlo night.
That's all I got. That's all I got. Hard boiled on those things. Which brings us to a new topic alert.
New topic alert.
Unclaimed eggs. Another just showed up on a freaking list of topics. No conversation, no explanation. This is an unclaimed egg itself. These being added to the list is an unclaimed egg. What is unclaimed egg, Matt?
It is unexplained experiences.
Yeah. Well, you are first.
You guys know the expression "one and done."
I sure do.
That,
A lot of women said that to me.
Oh,
Ah,
that's Brad Stanton, folks. Yeah, this might be a one and done because I mean, I even the proprietor of the topic here, I've got not a great thing to offer here. I had one little tiny unexplained experience back in 1997.
Good year.
I got home from school. My mom got home from work not long after, and she handed me a shopping bag. And there was a CD inside of it because that's what we did for music back then. And 97 was like peak getting involved in music experience for me. And I opened it up, and it was the brand new Silverchair album, which I always loved that band. 1997, the album was called Freak Show. And I was like, wow, I can't believe you just randomly bought me this CD, Mom. Thanks. I didn't even know that you knew I wanted this. And she goes, I didn't buy this for you.
Ooh,
Oh,
gonna
I
be
said, what do
good.
you mean? She said, it was just sitting on the front porch. I was like, what are you talking about? And like, this is way before like Amazon or, where like tons of packages every day. You didn't order a CD by mail. Well, maybe Columbia House you did, but that wasn't the scenario. So I opened it up and it was an unopened, it was the unopened, still in its packaging, the album that I wanted. And I have absolutely no idea how it got there. And it is 29 years later. Are we ever going to get to the bottom of this?
no.
Oh, so you don't know still?
Cue the X-Files music? No, I don't know.
Hmm.
It
Interesting.
was just at my house.
Maybe it'll come to fruition because whoever it is watching this show
Ooh,
or listening.
maybe one
There
of
it
our
is.
20 to 80 listeners will have more information on this subject.
Yeah.
Well, I
Our
mean,
YouTube numbers are going way up.
yes, it was not 20 to 80 not long ago.
Unclaimed egg.
Oh, for a guy that just started the topic, what that is a weak opening.
I know. That's why I said one and done.
I don't think it's going to be one and done. So I
I
don't know if
do.
you guys watch Friends. I mean, Brian very little, Matt quite a bit.
Friends?
Yes,
Oh, love Friends.
there is an episode where Joey's they and Rachel were living together, and I don't know if you know from the show, Joey's chairs and Chandler's chairs are very popular on the show. They sit in these chairs, they lean back, they have names for them. It's a big deal. They're recliners, lazy
Lazy
boys.
Boys.
Yeah. So his chair breaks. Joey's chair breaks. And they leave for a while and they come back and Chandler thinks that he break or they come back later because Chandler comes into the apartment and sits in the chair and thinks he broke it. So then he replaces the chair with his chair because he doesn't want to know that he broke it. So then Joey comes back and says, "She healed." In college, I had a roommate. His name is Ryan, and his stereo broke. And now, back in the 90s, if your stereo broke, you got it fixed. You didn't just get a new one. It wasn't like that back then. Like with TVs now, it's cheaper to buy a new TV or buy a new stereo or whatever it is. Actually, there's not even stereos basically anymore. But it is cheaper to buy a new one than to actually have it replaced. But you get it fixed back then. I said, well, let's get it fixed. So let's try to figure this out. He goes, nah, it'll take care of itself. Like, what do you mean? He goes, eventually it'll just start working again. Like, that is absolute nonsense. It's not going to start working again. So every once in a while, he would come in and he'd hit a couple buttons and nothing would happen. Well, about 2 months later, he hit a button, the fucking thing started working again. And he said, see, this is what happens. Sooner or later, things just fix itself. It healed. Unclaimed egg.
Is this also from 1997?
It was before that. It was before the Friends episode. This was like 1995.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
We're in the same little zone here of
Yeah.
time, though.
Yeah. 1995, I would say. Yeah, that was sophomore year. I like it actually happened. It actually fixed itself. Unclaimed egg.
Unclaimed egg.
All right, Bryant. I think we're 2 for 2-ish.
Yeah.
I mean, we checked the box.
Yeah. Well, on that note, back in 1996, trying to keep with a theme here, I guess. I don't know. I don't have anything from that time frame. I apologize for not
You
sticking
were
with
like
our theme
6,
here.
right?
I was actually, yes. Mine is more of a home related issue, I guess, kind of along the same lines as Brad. Um, as a young child, you're adventurous. You're always getting into trouble. Lived in a home with very thin walls. Lived in a trailer home. Walls are not really the sturdiness of homes. And as young kids, you like to screw around. And brother and I were playing one day, and playing a little too rough, and went into a wall. Kind of broke the wall a little bit. And naturally, mom and dad very mad, yell, scream, everything like that. We're getting ready to leave to go on a trip, and we're expecting to come home, continue to get punished. We're getting yelled at, on the trip as well. Still, we come home a week later, and that wall is fixed. It's been over 30 years. I still don't know how that wall got fixed. I don't know who went in there. I don't know if we just didn't actually break the wall, or if it was just the
That's the best.
story that my mom had
This
told
is
me. Like we believed we broke it, and still reality it was fine. Still don't know to this day. But we came home and the wall was fine. I don't know if someone broke in and fixed it.
Yeah.
My dad was a carpenter. People owed him money. I don't know if they just broke in and did it for us. Who knows? But to this day, still don't know if I actually broke the wall or somebody fixed it. Follow the category?
Yeah, 100%. I think we all are very similar here. Me and you more so,
Yeah.
but still, what is that, Matt?
Do
What
we
is that?
accept run-ins? Do we accept run-ins?
Your
Yeah,
son?
yeah.
I guess he's allowed it. That's it. All right, everybody, talks amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst
We
yourselves here. We don't
promise
know
you
There
he's
what's
he
coming.
There
There
he
he
is!
is.
is. There he is.
Mini me. You're
Wow,
in the show.
this is a big moment.
You're on the
This is a
show.
moment in time.
You can use your words.
Welcome.
No,
Say hi.
no.
Hi.
Hey, where did
Wave.
we just
You can
come from
wave.
before this? Where did we come from right before this?
Baseball.
Oh, already playing baseball?
He can speak. All right, love you. Bye.
It's snowing outside. How are you playing
Yeah, how'd that
baseball?
happen? Is that
Indoor
indoor?
clinics to prepare for the spring season.
Ah, okay. Makes more sense.
Yeah, I was a
We
little
we
nervous.
we bet like I would have bet the house that it would have been canceled today because it was supposed to be, insane all day, but they sent an email and they were like, "It's on."
Yeah, I appreciate them playing it by ear instead of just ending everything in
Yeah,
advance.
I get
it
that.
Just because you didn't want to go, Matt.
it changed my whole day.
It actually didn't because it was supposed to happen.
Yeah. Thank you for allowing the run-in.
Of
All right,
course.
no problem.
Sorry, I
All
didn't
right.
mean to. So,
No.
okay, on the heels of this brand new topic, we have discussed on the show before the Mandela effect. Is this a trifecta of Mandela happening here? Because none of us really is anyone remembering this correctly? What's
I don't
happening?
remember.
I remember it correctly because I thought it was bullshit because it wasn't me, it was him.
I still can't remember to this day if I broke that wall or not. I still won't know because the
that
home is
is-
gone. So
Am I remembering mine correctly? Like I trust my memory more than I trust anyone else's, but am I misremembering?
I think
And
it's a
this
good
is-
deed. I think it's just a good deed.
yeah. And this is why it's one and done.
I don't know.
I
Could
don't know.
be
Maybe it
one.
was maybe you ordered one of the 17 CDs to buy one off of the
No,
thing.
Columbia House. I mentioned that. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah, I actually have that written down for a future topic. I want to hear from our fans. Do we want to do this topic again or not? Comment on YouTube.
Which brings us to the only and last time I'm going to do this topic, and it's pickled eggs because I figured I had to do it, which is drunken escapades, and I have many. Okay, I have many. I'm going to talk about one that I completely forgot about, and I don't even know if I mentioned this to you guys on the show, but I recently just talked to a couple of my college buddies. We did a FaceTime. They were like at a camp, and they were like having a weekend together. And they wanted to do FaceTime, and they were hammered, but they told a story from Cancun. Now, when I went to Cancun, it was this was I don't know if this was I went 2 years in a row. So this was my sophomore year,
96.
95, 96,
The 96 episode, guys.
and we paid it was only $500, believe it or not. That included your flight, that included a hotel for the 5 or 6 days, whatever it was. It included 40 hours of free drinking. You had to go to certain events and 2 meals a day that were included. That's an excellent value if you think about it, even at the lowest end of
Giving it
any.
away.
But the 40 hours of free drinking is what I want to talk about. So you would have to go to the specific events. And so, there would be 8 hours at like Senor Frog, or an hour at Senor Frogs, or then at an hour at Fat Tuesdays, stuff like that. So I'm not exactly sure. It was by the Gulf, somewhere like right on the beach there. And we got there late, me and my buddy. And we got there late and we were beyond drunk. Like so drunk that we were making fools of ourselves in front of actual drunk people. Okay, so there are drunk people there, and they're all looking at us like, boy, these guys are really drunk. To the point where the guy said, the one running the event, like a DJ said, because of these two guys, and I'm not going to do a Mexican accent, I'm not going to show disrespect here. Because of these two guys, the 2 hours of free drinking is done. It is canceled. And we're standing there. And everybody starts getting angry. And we are now in the middle of the beach and we are surrounded by people.
They endangered you.
were men that looked like men, a lot more like men than this man. This man looked like a boy. These were men. And then before everybody's about to kill us, the guy gets back on the microphone and says, "Just kidding." Not before, though, right after that, though, two giant men picked both of us up and threw us into the water. Pickled egg.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Because
That's a great
I,
story.
I didn't realize that. Yeah, I didn't see the reverse course coming there.
Oh,
I just thought you were going to get your ass beat.
Yeah.
yeah. Everyone was really happy with us after that.
Well,
So,
yeah, no doubt. At that point, they didn't care.
like,
So,
it was just funny. I mean, listen, you're drunk the whole time on these trips. I was 20 years old. You're not allowed to drink, until you're 21 in the United States. And in Cancun, it's 19. So,
hmm
hello there. Welcome. So, we do drink. We drank a lot, but like when we got there, we were allowed to do whatever we wanted, wherever we wanted, in front of whoever we wanted, and it didn't matter. You want to do a shot of tequila at the bar? Yes, because you doesn't matter. But anyway,
yeah,
pickled eggs. Appreciate you guys listening. And thanks, Mom and Dad. Appreciate the money for the trip. And which brings us to the omelet, which is this week it's Bryant. And I believe we're going to be going back to a topic that he was talking about before.
it's a little bit of a cover from before.
Yeah.
Before we had done a mascots of cereal, and I thought, because who doesn't enjoy a good mascot? There's so many out there. There's so many different ones in the sports world we're going to talk about that these schools, you have colleges and high schools that come up with some of these interesting ideas for their schools. And, you hear the name of the school and then you see the mascot and you have to ask yourself, how does this tie together? Um, and 9 times out of 10, it doesn't. Let's just be realistic here. Also, quick disclaimer, if you're not watching this week, please do. We have pictures of these mascots that I will be displaying for you because some of these you have to see to believe. So, on that note, I've got a good list here, and I don't know if my fellow eggs
Do it.
have some passing
I sent
ones
you
as well.
one. We'll get to that
You
one.
sent me one, of course. You did send me one. So I'm gonna load up a few of these here because there are some of these that I don't know how to put this. Like common sense tells you these make no sense, but we're gonna discuss a few, and we'll start off with I don't know how to put this here properly. When I go to schools and I think of great mascots, I think of naturally random and odd food items. Correct? That's what I want my mascot to be. Is just the most random food. So naturally, you have to go for. Let's get this loaded here. This is Artie the Artichoke, who is the mascot of Scottsdale Community College. He was chosen he was brought in by administration to focus on sports over academics and thought that the artichoke would be a, I don't know, suitable mascot to encourage the students to want to go to sporting events and support the teams. I don't know how an artichoke ties into your college in any way. I do enjoy artichoke dip. Can't say that. But Artie the Artichoke for a mascot just seems not the correct choice we want to go for here.
Right off the bat, I mean, this would be like you'd have the mascot, then you'd have this guy running around. I don't think this should be the main guy.
No, not
But
even
I mean,
close.
nobody just eats artichokes anyway. Artichokes is a side dish, to say the least, like or an appetizer. No
once
one's
or twice a year.
at the most,
At
Matt.
the
At the
most.
most.
All right. Two quick comments. First of all, I've never eaten an artichoke, of course.
Of
Secondly,
course.
it has the word choke in it. Do you want choke in your athletic contest? Right? I mean, that's a bad thing for sports.
Yeah, especially
If
if
I'm
you're
going
naked.
for Artie the Artichoke, do you think that thought went into this?
I
No.
should have. I mean, it took me 1 second to think of it.
I
You
didn't
think of that, yeah. I mean, but I know when I'm going to a sporting event, I want to think about the artichokes. Um, when you think mascots, you also got to think baseball, right? So baseball has some interesting mascots, and we have this guy here in Japan. He is for the Shiba Mariners, a Japanese baseball team. This is Nazoyo Sakana. It's a mysterious fish creature that they thought would be a good tie-in for children. Children would enjoy seeing this mysterious fish. and kind of make the kids intrigued to want to come to the baseball games and cheer on their local baseball team. This was introduced in 2017, and it is a kind of think of a Russian nesting doll almost, because during the games, as a way to, I don't know, get interest, it would magically just, as the fans called it, puke up either other fish or souvenirs for the game to give to children. As you can tell by its giant mouth, very easy to do by puking things up, clearly. But I don't know if I'd let my child really enjoy this mascot. I don't have children, so clearly I have no room to talk here. But unfortunately, as well, this has been retired because, as I can note here, children were frightened of this fish the more it began to pass on or regurgitate souvenirs to the children.
I like the souvenir idea. Was Vince McMahon there going, he's gonna.
That would probably make this a lot better. Probably a lot better. So, at least I would anyway. So next up, we have the mascot for the Louisiana Lafayette Ragin' Cajuns. And this is Cayenne. As you know, Cayenne, the spicy pepper, you're the Ragin' Cajuns. Now, when I think Cayenne, I don't think a pepper head, I guess, would be the proper thing here. I do appreciate the fire tassels, or I'll call them tassels myself. Basically, the mascot was brought in the 60s to help show the Arcadian culture of Louisiana. And the mascot was debated on look, air quotes, and they came up with this idea. It has evolved over time. Originally was a pepper. This is a current version of Cayenne, where it is now just the mascot head and the muscular football frame. Yes, still wears the football uniform to all sporting events, including basketball games, which I find hilarious. But
I don't hate him. I don't mind him.
This is the most common one that I have found that just makes me seem realistic here. So next up is, I wanted to include him early because it is one of them that I don't like, but I just feel like if you vote for it to be your mascot, you deserve this. King Cake Baby is a part of the New Orleans culture during Mardi Gras. And then several years ago, the Charlotte Hornets relocated to New Orleans, became the New Orleans Pelicans. In that, they decided to have King Cake Baby. This is what you saw at basketball games, and I feel that that is more frightening than anything else. Basically, a realistic baby head with a crown. I'm going to go with the expression of scared. I can't tell at this point. Basically, just wears a bib that says, I heart King Cake Baby, or I heart King Cake. Based on plastic hidden babies inside of king cakes, a tradition of Mardi Gras parties. The person who finds the baby in their slice is said to have good luck and is responsible for bringing the cake to the next party the next year. I don't feel this is a mascot you should have at a basketball game, though. I also, when I hear New Orleans Pelicans, don't think of this.
Well, first off, I don't think that baby should be that. He was in Toy Story, wasn't he? Toy Story 3? Wasn't the giant baby?
That's a good point. Yes.
Yeah, he shouldn't have been in that either. But go ahead.
No, I get you there. Yes. But yeah, I don't understand the thinking here. It actually did the reverse effect. A lot of children claim to experience nightmares and terrors from the baby and actually would refuse to come to games. Or when the baby would come, would actually cry when the King Cake Baby would come near them.
I will probably have a nightmare tonight from that.
Understandable as well. Next up, for the University of California, Santa Cruz, we have, went the wrong direction here.
I know what it is.
This is Sammy the Slug.
Yes, banana slugs, right?
The banana slugs, yes. Students adopted the banana slug early in the university's history. It became the official mascot in 1986 after a push to change to from the more competitive sea lion was rejected by students. The banana slug has been the staple of the school for a while now, and it's kind of just fun to me to see a slug. Come on, that's just great. You want to have something different out there, and this fits that mold perfectly.
So I think there's another reason why this is a well-known mascot. Are you going there? Are you going there?
I'll let you go there if you'd like.
Are you going there?
You go
No.
there first,
Are you
buddy.
going?
No,
Are
I'm
you
not.
going?
No, you go for it.
It's from Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
You've got it in your notes. Go for it.
Well, I want to include you guys as well. Come on. Also, I'm just sticking more to
Does
school
Brad
things.
know what
Not
I'm about to
Why
say?
is it? Well, I've watched Pulp Fiction many times. I don't know what we're talking about.
Okay, so there's the scene where John Travolta accidentally kills the guy in the car, right?
Yeah,
Now they got to go clean it up at Quentin Tarantino's house,
right,
and they got to ditch their clothes, and Quentin gives them his clothes, and they're
right.
just like throwaway clothes. And there's a T-shirt for the USC Santa
Oh,
Cruz banana slugs.
no, I didn't realize that. I
Yeah,
know that they were supposed to be, late for a volleyball tournament or something,
maybe
yeah.
not.
And he goes, "How do they look?" And he goes, "What does he say? Dorks, dorks.
but
They look like a couple of dorks." And he goes, "They're your clothes, asshole."
There you go. Yep.
What a movie.
what a movie.
Great movie. Great movie. The next mascot we'll talk here has it's not the official mascot, of course. So Delta State University has two mascots. There's the official mascot, which is the Statesman, which much as you would think is a old-timey person with a giant, looks like the Three Musketeer. But then you have the unofficial mascot, which the students embrace. And that is the Fighting Okra.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Sidekick.
Students created mascot depicting an okra wearing boxing gloves with a fierce expression. Was brought in the 80s and early 90s. The students thought the Fighting Statesman wasn't intimidating enough. And when I think intimidating, okra.
Yeah, that's some badass okra.
At the same time, to steal a line from Matt here, never had okra.
Me neither.
I don't know what this is.
I don't even know what okra
know
is.
if I know what it is.
Yeah, I don't even know if I know what this is, but I love this, that it's just something with boxing gloves trying to intimidate me.
Is he eating okra?
He's eating spaghetti? What is he eating?
I don't know what he's eating. It looks like pasta of some sort. It is pasta of some sort. I will say that.
Okra
But-
eats pasta. Interesting.
There you go. That's what we're learning today, is what okra eats as
At
well.
least he's mean looking. Like the other one, like the baby's just like, you know, you're in
That thing's terrifying.
Yeah.
He has no hands. He just has club hands.
What are those?
It's supposed to be boxing gloves
Actually,
because
it looks
that's how
like-
he fights.
okay.
What boxing? Who's he? What?
Because
What's,
he's
what
fighting for the
regulation are
school.
those?
He's actually a cactus.
He looks like a cactus, doesn't he? I mean,
They
I
don't
assume
look-
that's what okra is at this
Those
point.
aren't boxing gloves.
He's a
No, they're
non-prickly
not.
cactus.
Non-prickly cactus. I love that.
He's allowed to box, but he can't
And
use a prick.
Big frown, big nose too, like Squidward.
Yes.
That is a Squidward nose.
That is
right
a Squidward nose indeed. We also think, another school, dual mascot as well. Xavier University. The Xavier, again, the Musketeers.
Yeah.
But they have another mascot. And that is the Blue Blob.
I've seen
Shaggy
this
Blue
one.
Blob creature, secondary mascot, created in 1985 as a kid-friendly way to make the kids happy while they're at the games. Something to kind of include the families in. A Muppet-like creature, features Muppet-like noses, tongues. It's a fan favorite at all basketball games, rolling around on the court, interacting with the crowd. Draws in the kids, makes it more interactive. You want to have something fun, this is what you go for. But again, I'm the Xavier Musketeers
Yeah.
blob.
So the blob isn't for me. The issue isn't the blob. For me, the issue is that costume cost $11.
Yes, you would think so.
I can
You would
go
think
get that at there. There's a Party City going out of business here. I could go get that.
There's plenty of them going out of business.
Plenty of them. This next one was a more well-known one for college fans. So Matt obviously has no idea what we're talking about. The Stanford Cardinals.
Mhm.
You hear Cardinals, Stanford. So naturally, their mascot would be a tree.
Hmm.
It is the significance is a Palo Alto redwood tree. It's a California historical landmark. Features in the city of Palo Alto, where Stanford is. But it was introduced by the Stanford band during halftime. It's supposed to be like a non-traditional kind of just something that was part of the band act, and the students, and it just became permanent. It just became something the students enjoyed and became the official mascot of Stanford. But again, it's a tree. I don't like. I get it. I appreciate the picture here with the mean eyes and the eyebrows furrowed to look angry. I'm not intimidated by a tree. I don't get the tree aspect. Again, you're Cardinals. Like, is a cardinal destroying the tree? I don't know.
It's a nice hat on top too.
We do appreciate hats here on the eggs.
And is he related to the okra? Because they both this is angry.
This is true. This is a great point. This is something that we could talk about here.
What's with the hat?
It's on. Trees wear hats.
Trees wear hats, guys.
I don't think that's a thing.
No, it's not, but it's on. It's on there.
It's on there.
That's not
It's
even
like
a tree. That's
that
like
is a tree.
if
That's
your
the same
kid
for
had
tree.
a dream. If you asked your kid to draw a picture of his dream that there was a tree, that's what he would draw.
The tree was
Pretty
in
close.
Poltergeist. Yeah.
That is true. I'll give you that. So we'll hit a couple more here that I enjoy. School close to me, Wichita State. They're the Shockers. And when I think of the Shockers, I think of Woo Shock.
That's a good-looking man.
It's a anthropomorphic bundle of black and yellow wheat. I don't know what that really means, other than as someone who's been around farming communities. Basically, you bundle up your wheat, and then this is supposed to represent that with a face that I can't tell what his mouth is doing, but apparently also, the head of hair from the wheat tops. But I also just don't understand the name of the Wushock. Like,
I think his mouth indicates that he just beat Apollo Creed.
I could agree with that.
Tell me about it. Jeez.
I could agree with that.
Go Adrian.
Go Adrian. So I'm gonna pull up a couple more here because one of them has to tie in with my fellow eggs as well, because I have to do this for myself mostly. We're gonna talk one more college mascot, and that is the Williams College in Massachusetts. They have a unique mascot that was brought into their school, and that is the purple cow. The purple cow, gold and purple. I do not want to exclude our gold as well. The mascot was brought in 1907 based on the student publication, The Purple Cow, which then turned into a poem, which then turned into the school adopting the mascot. It has been featured on College Game Day, as Game Day went to Williams College and was promoted there. Lee Corso put on the cow head, which is hilarious in and of itself. But as someone who lives in a farming area, I have seen many cows. Purple, not really cow color to me. But I do enjoy that people are branching out, and I'm also going in Massachusetts, probably not a lot of cows. So I get why they went for purple. So my next mascot has to do with Brad. And I would like Brad to jump in because I'm sure he loves this. And I'm sure this is one of his favorite mascots. This is Gritty.
Yeah, I had this written down. So, we are the Philadelphia Flyers. And we have two other ones that also don't make any sense. But a Philadelphia Flyer is basically just means fast. It doesn't really mean anything. So there's really no mascot. Gritty is he hasn't been around that long, maybe 10 years, maybe a little more. And he's supposed to be like gritty, like a gritty fan or a gritty player. And
like
a
a
little
dirty
scary.
Philadelphian.
Yeah, and I've seen him actually scare children at the. I've been at a hockey game, and he did scare a child. They were throwing something back and forth, and the kid started, and then the guy the Gritty just wanted to stop playing. The kid didn't, and then the kid started crying. And then Gritty walked away, threw his hands in the air. Pretty funny though.
I mean, this thing, I can understand it terrifying children. I get that, 100%. For the last one, I'll again pass it to Brad. What is a Philly fanatic?
So again, I have this written down as well. And what is a Philly is the bigger question. A Philly fanatic is just a crazy fan. He is the most popular mascot in sports. I don't know if you know that. He was voted #1 by Philadelphia Magazine, Philadelphia Inquirer, the Philadelphia. No, actually, I did hear that he is the #1 mascot in the country, and he is a lot of fun. He he rides the quads over, and he gets into this. I've met him several times, believe it or not. And he also was on the dugout for the last 3 innings of each game, and he gets you pumped up. And he was created by the same creators of the Muppets of Jim Henson.
I appreciate the Muppet aspect of this as a Muppet fan, but I I just never understood the aspect of having this being the representation of the Philly
Well,
fans.
that's
Like,
because
I mean,
Philly is not a thing. It's not a lion or a tiger.
Exactly.
right.
As are the Sixers. You're not going to walk out there as a 76. You walk out there as Franklin the dog.
Hmm.
I mean, I could still walk out as a 7 and a 6. I mean,
Hmm.
easy to do there.
6, 7.
Nah,
But
I
yeah,
wasn't wanting that at all.
3 out of 4 of the Philadelphia mascots are
Hmm.
not quite what they say they are supposed to be.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
some fun ideas, guys. Brad already named a couple. Matt, if Brad, if you have some more, Matt, if you have some,
I
throw
did
in.
send you the photo. Are
You
we not?
did.
We not going there?
Well, I didn't know if you wanted to talk about it. I
Yeah,
didn't want to
yeah.
just
Let's do
steal
it.
it from you. I'm
No,
not just going to
this
steal
is
from you
good.
here.
Well, I think mascot. I actually was going to discuss this in a future topic. I'm going to discuss it right now. Brad, do you know what this image is?
The beaver.
Yeah, it's Woodchuck Todd. This is from a 2010 movie starring Emma Stone called Easy A. You ever see that movie?
No.
Actually, very, very good movie. A long time ago, right? So she's younger, and Stanley Tucci was in the movie. He's great, right?
Hmm.
So this is a high school, and they were having problems with their existing mascot, so they like sampled some other mascots, and this is one of them. And this guy came out to not not any success, but he had this. He was a woodchuck, and he had this log of wood, and he went ah,
Hmm.
and that's one of the things that has, for some reason, stuck with me and my wife, and we occasionally repeat that action and sound in the appropriate scenario. And it meant so much to me with the mascots that I had to mention Woodchuck Todd. Also, when I
What?
found this image, I'm sure you guys have experienced this sort of thing online. Sometimes you see like there's like image reversal online. I guess they're trying to you're trying to like evade a copyright infringement, right? So you'll
Of
see
course.
something like mirrored or inverted. So doesn't it look like it's the inverse of the word taco on his
Yeah.
shirt right now? It's not. It's actually the proper Ojai in California, which is OJAI. But when I first saw this image a few days ago, I was like, oh, they must have reversed it because it said taco. But I'm an
I
idiot.
thought it said taco.
Right?
I will
It's
be honest with
Ojai.
you.
But yeah, okay. Here you go.
I would
Magic.
like to also mention, unless you got something else, Matt.
No, that was it. Just brush mine into the gutter.
Sorry, buddy.
What we go for?
In 2016, egg favorite, or at least this egg, Christopher Guest made a movie for Netflix called Mascots. It is a same thing, a mockumentary style. It is the mascot championships. There were all the weirdest mascots, I swear, in the world met at this one place, and they voted on who was the best mascots. There was some craziness there. There was a plumber. There was a beaver, but all not his best work. But I just thought it was worth mentioning since we were talking about it today because they were all very ridiculous mascots. I would also like to mention one more. St. John's, the St. John's University,
Mm.
they used to be the Redmen. Okay, now in modern times we try not to indigenous people. They changed their name for Redmen in the mid '90s to the Red Storm. Now, what is a Red Storm? Not sure. Not really sure what a Red Storm is, but at least their mascot is Johnny Thunderbird, which it's just so random. So it went from Redmond to Red Storm, which I guess you can't walk around as like acid rain or whatever they're trying to portray there.
Yeah,
I
whatever they're
feel like that
going
was a
for.
real quick answer to Redmond, by the way. And now they are Johnny Thunderbird. So, and also Richmond Spiders, terrible mascot.
A
Ugh.
Spiders.
horrible mascot. Why would you go for the spider? Of
Not
course.
very
Spiders.
good.
That's what
Spiders.
you came up with? Was there a board meeting like where everybody said, Spider's the one. That's the one. It
Well, they
represents everything Richmond is.
well they saw the artichoke was already taken, so they had to go for spiders.
So
So, but that was like I said, some fun mascots. All these schools have interesting choices, and sometimes they match, and sometimes make you scratch your head a little bit.
definitely in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
But all right, Matt. So lopsided eggs. Thank you again, Bryant. That was a lot of fun. Lopsided eggs, Matt. What do we got?
What is lopsided eggs?
I don't know. It's your topic.
Oh man. Uh
Oh, good.
no,
Cut
I
this
had it
out,
up. I
Bryant.
thought we were somewhere else in the oh boy, give me a second. Oh, okay. So you know what's funny about this is I have notes from the previous times where we've done the topic, and the last time we had it, I talked about, or a previous time we talked about, I talked about the Mandela effect, which we've talked about tonight.
Yep.
All right, it's a misunderstanding, right? Is that correct?
I don't remember.
Sure.
Oh man.
Whatever you say, Matt. You're the one who makes the topics.
Oh my god. Is that true? I don't make all the topics.
Well, I feel like you do.
All right. So it's a misunderstood, something that's misunderstood. So I had a scenario years ago now where I felt a little foolish because I misunderstood something, but I thought it was kind of funny and I remember it. So it's probably like 15 or more years ago. And you guys know what I'm talking about when I say like, oh, we went out and it was a BYO, right? Is that everywhere?
BYOB?
You mean talking BYOB?
So like, there's a town, the town that I used to live in before this town, the restaurants were not allowed to serve alcohol, but you could bring your own.
Yeah, bring
Yeah.
your own.
Like the actual
Yeah.
restaurant, like you actually not BYO to like the party that Brad goes to every 3 days, but like the actual restaurant, you could bring your own.
Hmm.
So we
Interesting.
went. It was like somebody's birthday, and there was like 20 of us there. And this was 15 or so years ago. Probably didn't have kids and stuff. So we sat down, and we're getting going here. We're firing up our drinks, and the friend across from me was not like a level one friend. She's like a level two, level three friend who's been in
What?
we've been in the same place at the same time a couple times, right? She's sitting across from me, and she wasn't drinking. And I said, "Oh, you're not drinking? You're not going to have anything?" And she said, "Oh, I have prosecco." Now I didn't know what that meant, so I thought she was telling me that she had some sort of terminal disease and she couldn't drink. And I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And she said, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "They have it on ice in the back. They're bringing it to me now." I'm like, I didn't know this was like Italian champagne or however you want to categorize it. Never heard the word or the term before in my life up until that point.
Ah, it's so good.
She had prosecco, and I thought she was dying.
First off, I'd call her an acquaintance.
What did I call
Level two friend.
her?
Well, I mean, I was wanting to get into this. Do you level all of your friends? Like, oh, here's Steve. He's clearly
I
level
don't
five.
know.
Get him
See,
away
I
from
see. It's
me.
more than a. I mean, I don't know. She's more than an acquaintance. Like if she died right now, I would go to her funeral.
All right, but let's, I don't know.
Wow.
We should
Okay.
leave the levels out of it.
Yeah. Don't
Yeah,
talk levels there,
She's not
buddy.
one of your best friends. She's someone you hang out with sometimes. Level two.
level 2 to 3.
I guess level twos don't listen to the show.
You would agree.
No, that's good though. I'm sorry. So sorry you have that.
If it was a
Prosecco.
dating show and we had to hold up the sign at the same time, we'd be holding up the same sign.
Very good, Matt. That was good. A good lopsided egg. Which brings us to over easy, which is what is over with us this week, which means who's won us over this week. So Bryant.
Who's won me over? It's not who. It's what has won me over. As as we're recording, today is the end of the Winter Olympics. What's over with me? Curling. This is the moment. We're going to talk curling for a moment here. We had the men and women competing. We also had mixed doubles this year. Curling, the team Corey, as I enjoyed calling them. But Team Corey was the first up with the mixed doubles, and with mixed doubles, they actually took the silver medal. First time ever in USA history, mixed doubles got an Olympic medal. Silver medal. Great teamwork between the two. I thought they did really well. The women's curling this year finished fourth. They lost 10-7 in the bronze medal match. Kind of up and down a little bit. The women's side is kind of always hit and miss. The defending champs were eliminated early, which was kind of surprising. But not really, a great showing from them. Corey, one of the Coreys, I get them confused. I will be truthful here. Basically, Corey Thies was on the women's team as well, so she did mixed doubles and the women's. Was very, very good, strong lead for them. Unfortunately, our men not so good. They came in highly rated this year. They were actually ranked in the world rankings for the first time, and then kind of they started slow and then won 3 straight, which was great. And then for somehow the China match just set them on a downward spiral. They lost the last 3 rounds. China, Italy, and then Great Britain just dominated them in the last round. believe it was 10-2 or 9-2 or something like that in their match, ended up conceding because they just knew they couldn't come back. So disappointing finish for the men. They finished 4-5 in group stage, lost the last three. Hopefully next year get a good rebound. But interesting rounds this year. Great finishes. A lot of a cheating scandal almost coming up in the men, where Canada was accused of double touching stones. So you can't do that, folks. You can't touch. You got to let it go, and it goes. You can't touch it again.
Can't touch this.
Can't touch this exactly. So, but yeah, curling's over with me. I love curling. Great time watching. I got to squeeze in a little bit during downtime at state wrestling, but before going down, watched as much as I could, and great time. Great time as always watching it.
Very good. Very good. Before I go, Matt, did you have anything to say about the Olympics
Well,
in
that
your
was my thing.
curling?
Olympics.
Okay, so I don't need to, I won't bring it up. All right, so Brian, if you could put up the picture I sent you from
I
earlier.
wondered when this was coming up here.
Yeah. So we've had really bad weather
In
this
the
year.
SNL slot is where it's coming.
Yeah.
So there's been a really bad winter, and I planted perennials this year. So the perennials are what comes up year after year after year for herbs. This is rosemary. Now, rosemary, I had absolutely no use for it this year. I don't even know what you use rosemary for. I don't have any rosemary recipes. But I'm going to tell you why this rosemary is over with me. This rosemary had an ice mound over it for weeks and weeks and weeks. And look at her. Look at rosemary. Rosemary is green. Rosemary is still edible. Rosemary made it through the toughest of all winters. And rosemary is going to be with me next year. And I'm going to figure out a way to use rosemary. Rosemary is over with me this week.
Fantastic, Brad.
What an A+ usage of this category in this slot. And what it's used for is chicken and Italian recipes. That's what it's used for.
Well, from this point forward, I'm going to know more about rosemary, other than it's a perennial, because rosemary's tough.
I mean, at least dig the leaves out of it. Jesus.
Well, those leaves weren't there before this storm. I don't know where those leaves came from.
Well, I mean, before you took the picture.
So, I was excited. All right,
He was so jazzed. You could tell by the shadow in the
Yeah,
background. Just
right.
put that camera out
Well,
there.
you know what? It's over with me.
So the Winter
is.
Olympics, as I've mentioned previously, man, do I love the Winter Olympics. I love winter. Gold Zone on Peacock. Okay, maybe you know the NFL Red Zone, right? Scott Hansen. Well, he's also there on Peacock doing Gold Zone with a number of other hosts. Fire a Peacock. Look at that. Look at that. There will be a YouTube clip of this, hopefully, Bryant. What do we got? We got multiple curlings at the same time, right? And they would indicate if there's medal action, right? See the little gold medal. So figure skating was in a medal contention, snowboarding half pipe, ski jump practice, men's skeleton, which is like the head first luge. Unbelievable action on Peacock. I watched so much Olympics. It was so good. I wanted to add, I did watch a lot of curling, and my son kept referring to it as mopping, which I think is hilarious. And there's a lot of memes and all that out there with curling, and it's great stuff, right? You know, these people train their whole lives for the Olympics, and we make these 3 little second clips that just make fun of them, these poor people.
Sure.
And I made a decision, and I made this decision 7 minutes before we started recording today. So my wife doesn't know or anything, but I've made a decision. 8 years from now, in 2038, I'm sorry, 2034, 8 years from now, I will be going to Salt Lake in Utah as a fan and watching the Olympics, because that is where the Winter Olympics is.
You'll be back in Salt Lake City.
2 times from now, and I'm gonna fucking be there.
Okay. You didn't go where I thought you were going to go. I appreciate the Olympic coverage, but we do have to mention that congratulations to all.
USA.
Congratulations to all the Olympic winners, but for the U.S. women and men's hockey team, both winning 2-1 in overtime, winning the gold medal was
Unbelievable.
both in a tremendous fashion. The women down 1-0 with 2 minutes to go in regulation to tie it up and to go into overtime, and the men to go into overtime. It was just fantastic, both games. So congratulations to both U.S. hockey teams. It was a lot of fun this year, and congratulations to all the medalists. But
100%. So I feel bad I didn't because I meant to, but yeah, too many things.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And our Olympic hero is on the New Jersey Devils.
Yes, he is. That was great. And the goalie, geez, oh, man, I can't think of his name at this moment, but unbelievable what a game he had. So, yeah.
Fantastic stuff.
hmm Well, Matt, we've had a nice show. Why don't you go ahead and hit
A
us with the
nice,
socials?
a
A
nice.
very nice show.
If you thought our show was nice.
Yeah,
So, folks, we are Three Eggs Are Better Than One. We're cooking up every Monday morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere else you get your podcasts. Follow us on YouTube at Three Eggs Are Better Than One. The number three, the letter R, the number one. Follow us on X, Blue Sky, Instagram, and TikTok at Three Eggs Are Better. The number three, the letter R, and our individual accounts at Yes Man Brad, at B Haremza, and I am at Purple Shirt Guy without the I. Let's get some 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts. We love the interaction on YouTube. Apologies to Bober, we ran out of time. USA, who's next week? That's me. I kind of forgot what I'm doing next week, so let me open that up. Dead
Been a
time.
while. Been a while. I can understand we weren't ready for
Yeah,
this, so
we've been a
we've,
little.
we've been a little delayed here.
I'm trying to open it up, but I just can't do it.
Well, for
I
those at home, Matt
think
plans
we're
out his
gonna.
topics for like 6 weeks, so we gotta.
I do. I plan it out. I plan it. As promised, we're gonna complete my most recent list of dislikes, and I know you dislike them too, so we're not being a hater.
perfect. Brian, will you go ahead and send us home?
We thank you guys for listening. We had some good laughs, some good times. We learned about some crazy mascots, and if you got some crazy mascots, put them in the comments below. We'd like to hear some mascots you guys have that maybe seem a little off compared to what schools you can see or anywhere you really have them. So the egg timer's been set. We'll see you guys next week.